However, from a bird perspective, also from his practical shot similar to classical shot of Simonetta Sigo, fatto in sticker November 1, 2022, yes, it should be in number 1 prima extracti pass surely more than 3 seconds for the previous scrutiny repeat and beautiful reporting beautiful painted branches wrap also for the first certain nostro reports car cortina infante con exact case surely the car cortina is stealing going major channel 1 day sono también chujita I was saying this is shot so so related to the fact that both when there is integral should and also when but more when it is to self case measure now si read the little speech or sentence saying this for the previous scrutiny I repeat before the cortina before painted branches up so is for the first certain nostro reports cortina saying is entre exact case and now saying is si read also is important sorry but repeat expression also in the case for 5 times as well as little speech or sentence is but also and always better visible for me needs sentirti it needs a shot it is consigliato con la genere shot Regarding the issue that we need to last October is important that also the autism and also read the latest speech sense for autism sweet so very sweet so repeat once again but also and always better visible for me needs sensitivity in this shot it is consigliato con la genere shot and finally from a medical keeper and Jack's report PG 625 also in case of medical genere shot and since a few weeks also from another shot as a few minutes on January 24th to Saturday, magari also birthday of you can see the birthday of the great legend Sheriff, Twin Peaks Sheriff Department, Harry Truman, also known as Michael Onto, ma viceversa, because so much better the one and the same, so same thing, the same person, or the same person. Magari things I also in these next 3 days, I should upload an interpretation of a piece related to him and Twin Peaks, Joyce and Truman, and from season 2, and I also dedicated it at this point to Master Ninja Patrolman's birthday today. In fact, 89th birthday in this case, and also to Mr. Lynch, 80th birthday Master John 2023. All things that all the fans I think should know much better than me. Yes, and to which you can see the new shot, which you can see the aquatic condition look of the keeper. With aquatic condition since December 2nd, 2024, in fact, since that day, practically the main product is non item display. Also, the little promise of Vietnam, the promise the main promise of non item display. One day, season di metà, metro fixit. Vedremo le people, follow the region. The birds are beating me away. Somebody me dice. So myself, also my space. Finally, I hope you let me at the breakfast. Today it's really late in general, also my house is late in France, some semi-minutes of September 21, fac mi tocca ci understand, it's late in general for the people, for my area, but not for my house, so my house kind of stuff for my like breakfast starts better seeing the winter period, and between December and January, also February, less February, less since this month, and April, until once again next December, January, practically since spring, and yes, so at the same time, it's late, but all important is fare con driver, recensione, tutto questo stanno facendo max sentire su Twitter. Finitare mettere link in finitare in parte mettere tu stesso su link 3 con le 6 persone di su ragione. Why to repeat? Why to close the record? Late tools for my hours really close the record. It tools for us at the same time non di successful per just roll mi just in good 14 for news. L'altro in parte in scelta di sentenza mi also be important so non mi riende. And as we always see Ekefas most be successful. Absolutely. As you know, since my money is think about this one in Romania, adesso lo so questo conto in che fatto da riso, infatti so in squid part breakfast. Si guarda il riso, si want new riso, the 6 and the beautiful dark blue and white. It's for the colors to make before it was so forth was blue and white, this is a light blue and that for other aspects of this one second most of the parts. And this cigarette I think I've been using it since week of 16 or 15 for 0 if not 16 if 15 for take over 16 or all things are possible if you follow me on Facebook report think on voice no one watch any other videos of women with reports or yes is discriminating we might permit you to one year one time in touch with better visit to teach such things Mrs. Beach also you sono fare e poi sanno shots obviously inizia a giocare tutto il combattimento mania non sono mi sa biscuit stanno se fa la mia come sul mio biscuit and sì effettivamente a te finché tu non messo a te pensa cartare chocolate chip cookies the cookies chip chocolate chips and if not mistake was fat biscuit message not in particular things that voglio say red and easy the first one about milk fact to these new shots to link the coffee così ma tu sei squeak shock fa che sono andati 3 shot franga 20 video 6 shot nei flash think and months so che sai io solo sto conto ci mi sai distante mira sono tante mi danno 5 beta uso more quick because ti finisce no sì non si mi butta non si think 301 and 2 days so che lo sto pratically some other result of some of these days months I mentioned before every bit they should be in 9 months yes so che lo sto conto should be seen down the period so that she better better and so since at amount of 3 pattern insert it on second milk so very news quindi si tecnico del breakfast so sabab si partiva mega bellissimo sì che si spirito gioco ho chiamato Moragania su of course me think to first times that più e pensavo non so che se tu la niva del breakfast so se mega bella e se continui a basare in infrabbio sia stata una cosa in Italia insegnanza film sia at second piece position perhaps so seguo with the palm piece position but già il second piece position cosa altre piece position for me da Italia palm da shock ci che sia fa questo a due come non dico because they are really super bad Anzi, tomorrow se poți fanta că nu te mă tu cu lep. Me awasi. Da io predetta di sritte rio sam sa shan io che si nota su di ne bi vi be assini for tomorrow that we Kuldeva David più sca as Mr. Lynch si di nise senza vise infatti un viso per scasso facendo come report those beautiful blue skies and golden sunshine all along the way. And also he added everyone have a great day. As perhaps you remember, yes. So that this listen ray of sunshine you sometimes near me will be a signal for tomorrow to in fact a day if not with those beautiful skies and sunshine almost it will be almost clear day. So in fact for the moment so once again for the moment once again as you tomorrow is possible. In fact I don't tomorrow to 11 now we'll see. And also che sit e come sul singolo si perhaps non si mai beautiful skies and sunshine reports it's impossible. This is the third thing as in the first part when I show you the second thing at the end. It's impossible no beautiful like this to kiss it, it's a chance to kiss it and also get it. So I hope for tomorrow all these things. Let's see.